So hi everyone, today I'm going to try a video and show you how to make the treat buckets that I made for Lawn Fawn's Inspiration Week when we highlighted Sally's ABCs. So here's the two I made, a Halloween and an autumn one. And the first question I was asked is where to get the buckets. You can get them at Michael's. They're on the aisle with the gift bags and tissue paper and containers like that. They also have bigger ones. This is one of the smaller ones. And then the smaller size actually comes in some solid colors. So you'll just have to check out and see what you can find. Today we're going to make a different one that I sketched out, and I measured it out and just sketched out what we're going to do. So we're going to do a little scene with a fence across the bottom and a spooky tree and a moon, and we're going to do clouds across the top. So the sets we're going to use are Happy Hauntings and Bon Voyage, and we're going to use Heebie Jeebies for this little spider to make a pumpkin, and I'll show you that later. So the first thing you do is make a little pattern for the diameter of your bucket. And this one just fits across the top, and you cut it to the right length to fit all the way around, and mark where the handles are, because this will come in helpful. You can make sure you stamp higher where those handles are so that your piece fits over them nicely. You can cut it out if you have to, which I had to do there on the spider webs. So that'll be our pattern to use for the length of all our pieces. So we're going to stamp out the clouds first, and we'll just mark where the handles are on this piece of paper and get going. So here I'm just going to distress our clouds with some Perfect Pearls Mist. I'm going to use a paintbrush, and I'm going to flick some Perfect Pearls Mist on there and give it a little shimmer. So I'm just going to do it all over. Normally I flick the water with my fingers, but I don't want to squirt Perfect Pearls Mist all over my fingers. And then I'm just going to set it aside to dry. And I'm just going to trim off the top of the fence to give it a fence shape. It doesn't have to be exact, and it doesn't have to be perfect because we're making a spooky fence here. But I'm just going to go down through this fence and trim away all the little V's inside the fence, and then I'll be right back. So I've cut out all the top of the fence, and I went ahead and distressed the fence like our clouds with the Perfect Pearls Mist. I also stamped out a moon and a spooky tree and embossed them, and we're just going to color the moon with some wild honey and spice marmalade. So I cut out our little tree that we colored with Copics, and now we're going to make a pumpkin to go with our tree. And we're going to use the spider from the Heebie-Jeebies set so we can have a pumpkin that is the right size. Just draw a little stem in there with a black pin on the top of him. And then we're going to color him with an orange and a green Copic marker. And we're just going to cut him out and cut his legs right off. You don't need those pieces unless you want to make a spider pumpkin, which might be interesting. And then now we have a pumpkin that's the perfect size for our little tree. So here we have all our pieces and we're ready to assemble our project. I think you could probably use any adhesive that you have available. I use this red liner tape because it's super sticky. Actually, had it stuck down in the wrong place and had to pull it off and start over. But it'll really hold, and it's nice and continuous too, so you can run it along the entire strip of your borders, and it works really well. So to adhere this to the bucket, I just found the seam and I used that as an edge to start with, and I just ran our fence around the bottom, pulling the adhesive tape off as I went, rather than pulling it all off at once. And I just trimmed the edge off where the two pieces overlapped. I repeated the same process with the clouds and put them around the top as well. Now I'm just figuring out where to place our tree and our moon. And we're going to adhere our moon in the same fashion, but I'm going to completely cover the back of this one with adhesive since it's a small piece and we want it to stay down securely. So I'm just going to peel off the back and stick our moon down really good. This moon's kind of in front of the clouds. Now we're going to use some glossy accents to stick our tree down. So he's not going to stick down flat. He's going to kind of stick out, but it'll give it a little dimension. And then we'll put our little pumpkin in front of it. Now I forgot about the little bat, but I think it would be too hard to stamp it since the moon's already on there, so we're just going to skip that part. The last thing we have to do is make something for the top of our bucket. And this bucket happens to be, the top happens to be a 2-inch circle perfectly. So you'll just have to measure it and see. So I'm going to emboss our little ghost from Happy Hauntings and the word boo onto the circle that I cut out with my punch. So here we have our little bucket, and I hope you guys come up with some ideas and make some too and share them with me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye!